Alright fellas, welcome back. It's Friday and of course it can only mean one thing. It's time to delve inside the fridge, come out, grab beers, pick one out and see what we think about it. And today we have this one. O'Hara's Irish Stout. The dry Irish Stout. Traditional dry Irish Stout with robust roasty flavours and espresso-like finish. Now, I have to be in the mood for a stout, and especially being summer times, stouts are not the one thing I want to be drinking, but the weather has not picked up. It's still, although it's not raining, it's still a little bit cool. So we're going to get this rattled off because when the summer does come I want to crack into some more things that's in this fridge. Stouts are, for me, quite a difficult thing to review and get over as interesting content because they're all pretty much the same. Do you know what I mean? But we'll do his best. Anyway, let's get it cracked open. Cheers. Bit of a hiss. That is a good start. Doesn't sound to be overcarbonated, which you don't want for a stout. Oh my goodness. That aroma's fantastic. I don't think I'm going to struggle to talk about this one if the flavours like the aroma. 4.3% ABV. Let's go right into a glass. Now, as always, I'd like to thank our channel sponsor Beers of Europe, UK. They are the biggest online beer store in the UK and their selection is vast, covering the globe. I'm just kind of there a minute so I can leave some space in the glass. But she was pouring out a little bit gluggy, you know what I mean? Looked like it was substantial when it was being poured out. And as I move the glass, it's sort of coating the glass with the head. So anyway, it's going for an aroma, guys. Cheers. Oh my goodness me. You are getting a definite hint of espresso, and that, in a funny way, that dry Irish Stout aroma, not really picking much sweetness up, and there's a certain, it smells almost a bit. Dry Irish Stouts always seem to have that aroma of almost like it's going to be metallic-y, but they never are. But the aroma's like a bit sharp, a bit sort of to point, if that makes sense. I can't put it into words properly, but when I've brewed them up before, that's the aroma I get, and a little bit of vanilla. Man, that smells amazing. So let's go in for a taste. Cheers, guys. Hope you're going to have a good Friday and a good weekend. Bank holiday weekend. Cheers. Oh my goodness. Straight away, it's got a real nice, almost like a whiskey oak barrel running through it. The mouthfeel for it is surprising. It poured like it was going to be quite sort of gloopy. The mouthfeel is so light. You are getting that same sort of espresso flavour, but the oakiness is definitely at the foreground of this beer. Really dry, really dry. Not too bitter as well, which is good because that roast and the coffee are sort of giving you that bitterness without there being too much of a hot bitterness. It's a real easy drinking stout, this one. It's something that I'd quite happily sort of crack out after a meal, especially on a winter's day. You know, winter's evening, be better suited for this. A big selling point for me on this one is the carbonation. The carbonation is really slight. There's not a hell of a lot of it in there, which is good for a stout. Champion Trophy and Gold Medal winner, 2000 draft. I bet this is really good draft. And there's not much more to say about it. It is nice and robust. There is a nice, decent amount of espresso coffee running through it. There's a nice oak to it. Mouth feels nice and light. If anything, I would say if the mouthfeel for me was a little bit more, then it would be an absolute winner. 4.3% O'Hara's Irish Stout. You know, don't take my word for it. Make up your own goddamn mind. Head over to Beers Europe to go to UK and give them a shot. So as always, I'll have a link direct to this beer on Beers Europe to go to UK, as well as a link to the main shop. Go and peruse their stock, it is vast. And that's it, fellas, for another beer review. Don't forget to thumb up the video because you don't know what to do. Don't forget to subscribe. There's a little red button down here that says subscribe. Click it, you won't miss out what's coming next. Share the video, get it out there for all to see. And until next time, I'm out of here.